I used to be a process server, and I have a lot of interesting stories from that job. I have a couple that really scared me. This experience helped confirm that I should always trust my gut. I went to an apartment building to serve someone who lived there. When I was walking up to the building, there was an old man sitting on the bench right next to the front door. He had a cane next to him. He was friendly and said hello. I said hello back, and initially my guard was down, so I started to have small talk with him. I attempted to open the front door, but it ended up being locked. I explained to the man that I'm a process server, so I was attempting to give some papers to someone that lived in the building. He started to go on and on about how he has a daughter my age, and that he wouldn't be comfortable with her being a process server because it wasn't a safe job. He also said it must be extra unsafe for me because I'm so small. I'm 5'2", and at the time I was 110 pounds. I instantly started to feel like something was off. I also thought maybe I was being overdramatic because this was an older man who has to use a cane. I felt like it was almost rude to be cautious of someone like that. I still had a job to do, and I wasn't going to let this deter me from that, so I asked the man if he was willing to let me in the apartment building. He said he would. It seemed to take him effort to stand up and walk towards the door, so I started to feel like I had been overreacting. The man opened the door for me, and I walked into the building. I was about to go up the stairs, but the man insisted I take the elevator. I started to feel uneasy, but for some reason I agreed to take the elevator anyways. I thought the man would leave me alone, and I took his suggestion. I started to walk over to the elevator, and he followed me. He continued to talk to me. He asked me about my job and life. I was trying to be vague. When I got into the elevator, the man also got into the elevator. At this point I froze because I didn't understand why he had followed me. The man was standing closer to the back of the wall of the elevator, and I was standing closer to the door. I didn't want to make eye contact with him in that enclosed space alone, but I was watching him in the reflection of the shiny metal elevator door. I asked him why he had gotten to the elevator with me, and he said that he was watching out for me. When the man said this, I could clearly see that his head was facing me, and it moved down, staring at the floor where my feet were, and it moved up slightly, like he was looking at my body from bottom to top. I started to feel claustrophobic, and that I needed to get off the elevator now. The elevator door opened, and I practically jumped out. I told the man that he needed to stay there because I wanted to respect the privacy of the person I was serving papers to. I told the man to have a nice day because I felt like that was what I needed to say to end the conversation without him trying to continue the conversation. The man just nodded at me. I got off the elevator and began walking down the hallway looking for the right apartment number that is listed on the documents that are in my hand. I get right to the apartment and knock on the door. I knock again, but this time much louder. I then wait about 30 seconds and give the door 4 sturdy knocks before waiting patiently. I couldn't hear anyone inside the apartment. No TVs, no pets, no microwave running, just nothing. I fully believe the person is not home. I accept defeat. I'm a little annoyed that I went through all of this just to arrive at this person's apartment, but they're not even home. I start to walk back the way I came from. I turn around the corner of the hallway, and what comes into view makes my stomach sink. The man is standing there, one hand on his cane and the other hand hovering in front of the elevator button. I keep walking while a bunch of different thoughts are running through my head. When I start to approach the elevator, the man asks, "How'd it go?" I answer simply, "They weren't home." The man says, I've been waiting for you to hear." There was something about what that man said. There was something about how the man said this. I knew that I shouldn't go in the elevator with this man again. I basically did a drive-by and started to walk past him. I told him, "Have a nice day, I'm in a hurry." I didn't wait for him to reply and continued to move quickly past the elevator and towards the staircase. Once I reached the stairs, I'm not sure why, I started running down them. Once I got down one of the staircases, I heard a loud, "Wait!" I looked back once. I could see the man on top of the stairs, carrying his cane, and he began to run down the stairs after me. He wasn't using his cane at all to descend down the stairs, and he was just moving way faster than he had previously did. I turned away and ran as fast as I could down the stairs without falling down. I started to jump down 2 stairs at a time. I knew that he was close behind me because I could hear his loud feet as he was running down behind me. I reached the bottom of the stairs and almost ran into another resident of the building. I apologized and then felt panic when I realized the man was probably right behind me. I looked behind me and the man, he was using his cane again to get down the last few steps. I looked back at the other building resident and they had a puzzled look on their face. I mumbled, "Have a nice day," and booked it out of the apartment building and straight to my car. I didn't check to see if the man was following me, but something in my gut told me that the other resident being there had helped me. When I reached my car, I practically jumped into it and slammed my car door and hit lock right away. I started my car and pulled out of the lot quickly. The parking lot required me to drive past the front door of the apartment building. I looked over to see if there was any sign if that man was there, and I stepped outside the front door and was leaning there, leaning on his cane and smiling at me, driving away. He then gave me a slow wave. I didn't know why, but I gave a tight-lipped smile. I still felt like I had to be nice even though something obviously really messed up had just happened. But at least I was in my locked car, driving away, and he had no way of catching up to me. I hope you guys enjoyed today's story. Thank you for listening. Now, huge thanks to the Redditor u/abs1833. Oh, I'm losing my voice. Sorry. For granting me permission to narrate a story. Thank you so much. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed today's story, and I'll see you guys in the next story. So, don't forget to sit back, relax, and indulge in fear.